Alright, is this working? Could have sworn it was working earlier. Let's just have a look here. Yeah, we're so back. Okay. There he is. Alright, I'll take that as a good sign that things are working again. Alright, that's weird. Nothing should have been... Are we gaming? We are gaming. How much of a delay is there? Engineer gaming. This ain't Team Fortress 2, unfortunately. Oh snap, it's a stream. Yes. Yes, we're live. You're definitely gaming now. Well, I hope it stays that way. This is definitely my first time doing this. So, I expect... Well, I guess I shouldn't say expect, but it's definitely... I wouldn't be surprised if I ran into some technical issues. Already kind of have. I love it already. Well, that's great. I mean, there's not a lot to love yet, but, you know, if your standards are low, you're always going to be impressed. Wager a roughly 10-second delay. I guess that's not the end of the world. Diplomacy, xenophobia. Well, that's kind of the opposite of diplomacy, but I get it. Bug combat when? That is a great question. I might be able to support one of the major factions in a combat against the bugs now that I've got this legion. I doubt it's going to go well, but I can certainly try. They always show up with massive invasion fleets, so there's not a lot of opportunities to take them on in the early to mid-game on a fair playing field. Ah, well, would you look at that? Speaking of bugs, there's a lot more void creatures here. And they're attacking some whales. Now, the problem with this is it forces you into a retreat battle, which makes sense because the whales are retreating from the void creatures. But it also forces you to deploy your own logistics ships, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, I'm not the one running away. I'm helping somebody else run away. I'm going to look for... Yeah, I should probably look for a Persean League commission. That'll make it... Well, I don't think that makes it any easier when the Persean League crisis shows up, but all that money will help me get there. And then when the crisis happens, I can find a way to sneak into the Persean League for free with a little sabotage. I'm tempted to just save and take these on. This is a really bad idea. That looks pretty tough, and I haven't fought them too much. Is my fleet really capable? No. So for no particular reason, we're going to save right here, and we're going to win immediately, obviously. Of course. It's not even a question. Oh, wait, hold on. That's right, of course, I forgot. I need to transmit my IFF codes to the whales. My bad. I forgore. The big issue here is I'm forced to deploy my logistics ships, but I guess it's only a buffalo and a little dram. It's gonna be fine. Oh! Really? It's a full-on combat. That's different from last time. Huh. I thought I was helping the whales retreat. Where even are the whales? Alright. Yeah, let's just do this. Now, we are absolutely, totally going to win this fight, and definitely not going to have to reload a save afterwards. Going to help them so escape, so they did. I guess you could look at it that way. Maybe it has something to do with comparable fleet power, because the last time I did this, it forced me into a retreat battle. I didn't really have a choice. These things love to regenerate hull. They might even regenerate armor. Definitely avoid whatever that is. Actually, you can escort that. You can capture that. And ideally, I should be able to take these things on. That one is probably trying to capture the point, although it might fight with the Tempest. What is all this long-range nonsense? Yeah, you're supposed to do this thing where you try to eat me. Actually a case where termination sequence is the right call. Look at that. Hilarious from the get-go, you say? Well, I'm not sure where the comedy is. I haven't even made a D's Nuts joke yet. So that thing ran away. How's it doing? Well, if it's flashing red like that, I assume that means it's not doing too hot. But I would... well, all the fighters are chasing after it, and it's running away, so I don't think I'm really going to have a chance to catch up to it. Let's focus over here. There it is, humor. Yes, dry humor, as always. Drier than an inappropriate joke. Did the Omen die? Yes, it did. Well, that's because the big guy is over there. I'll salute to the Omen captain. He did his purpose, unless it was Penny Skinus, in which case I'm going to yell at you afterwards. Like any good boss would do with an underperforming employee. Wow, the Tempest is the one that's doing really well. I guess Terminator drones, their beams are pretty good at keeping phase ships under pressure. How about you escort that? And I'm going to hang out with the big boys. And the corpse is still sitting there. What if it comes back to life? What if there's like a necromancy ship on there? Oh my... Well, no wonder the Omen died. How do you even... What the hell is that thing? Yup. That's surely not good. It looks capital class. So we've taken on the small fries relatively effectively. What the? Okay, I think it has like a breath attack that pushed my missiles back, and whatever that is. Yeah, I think it's dangerous, guys. You know, we might need to go with the fight a little bit longer just to be sure, but I think it's pretty dangerous. Yeah, I need to collect more data on this one. Hold on, let's go on autopilot. No, that's not too important, guys. Don't worry about it. Actually, kill this thing for me, thanks. Yes, my favorite flavor of the week. Eldritch Abomination. Nice. I wonder what this purple field around it is. That's got to be some kind of, like, BS overpowered effect. Surely. Oh wait, did we actually kill it? Okay. Hold on. We actually did it. I just needed a little help. Now, all of my armor is stripped off, but I'm still repairing hull. And this thing is actually staying away decently well. I guess there's nothing left to do except die. I mean, I could retreat and just count that as a loss, but that thing that I said I wasn't going to do with the reloading the saves, I'm definitely going to do that now. This is what a tragedy. Who could have seen this coming? Oh, yeah, as soon as I take off the avoid order, it is getting... My condolences to the families. Oh, right, you can't reload directly, so we're gonna load like this. So long, suckers. You're on your own. Bye. Some kind of repellent field, you say. Interesting. Oh. Froze there for a second. Okay, what kind of planets are you guys around? Well, this is getting a little crowded. Yeah, I'm just going to abandon this. Oh no. Anyways. This... Yeah, I'm never going to make it over there. You... I don't even know why you're here. So you have these two, this thing eventually. And I might actually make this on time. Surprisingly. Yeah, nothing happened. I don't even know what you're referencing when you say that we're going to pretend nothing happened. Because something would have had to have happened for you to pretend that it didn't happen, and nothing happened there. Now, this might have one of the hyper shunts around it, although with the kind of horrors that I've added into the game, the Doritos might be the least thing to worry about. Alright. Planet, planet, planet. Let's not get too distracted. Gas giant, gas... Are you both around the same gas giant? Really? Both of you are hanging out at the same gas giant. And people say that pirates don't have friends. The YouTube chat window is so bugged. Yeah, that's one thing that they really need to work on. Oh, they're fighting each other, too. I'm pretty sure I get the money, right? If they kill each other, I still get the money. No, I'm not recovering a hound. But I will scan this planet for some... Okay, there's more stuff going on down here, too. Looks like I'm going to get a lot of free stuff. My favorite kind of stuff. And they say this game is hard. No way. Just wait for your enemies to kill each other and take all their stuff. Being a scavenger has never been easier. Let's scan this too. Okay, so they didn't entirely kill each other. Oh, that's a separate scavenger, I think. So, okay, so it looks like the pirates were ganging up on a scavenger fleet or something. Now, if you guys could separate so I can fight you individually. Oh no, with allies. Okay, so I am fighting all of you. 74%. Not the worst, really. They are pirates. I am going to go with the same setup here. Yeah, 74%, that's just bonus XP. I'm not worried about the challenge there. Alright, there's a hound. That'll be gone soon enough. You'll love to see it. Had to open on your phone to access chat. Yeah. And there's some weird things going on with YouTube chat. Well, with only... Yeah, with those shield arcs, you are just absolutely asking to die to fighters. It's a big issue with the Shrike. It's an issue that's easily solved with extended shields and frontal shields. You can very easily get a full bubble, but until you do that, fighters are a problem. Are you really running away from a wolf? Alright. I do want to kill you. The Pirate Falcon is a little bit scary. I mean, considering the bounty payout that I'm getting, which is close to 200,000, the combined fleets are not worth 200,000. At least, a fleet that's normally worth 200,000 would be a lot more difficult than the combined power of these two fleets. Oh, hammers? Okay, did not fast enough to dodge that one. Let's see, you're in a little bit of trouble. But you are a legion, and they are... Oh, you've got an Omen helping you. You're fine. You're fine. Okay. Yeah, no, we don't want to worry about that anymore. In fact, we can let them have this, too. We just need to sort of pick them apart without really taking any losses ourselves. Try to aim for guys at the flanks. What are you fighting? Yeah, it's still a wolf. You're fine. A lot of their ships aren't individually powerful, which makes them easy to pick off. But you do want to engage them when they're a little more isolated. Stream having hiccups. Yeah, everything having hiccups, honestly. Let me just pause right here. Okay, let's see what I can do about this. Give me a second. Let's go into some settings. Alright, let me check the stream. They are a small indie company after all. True. Absolutely true. I mean, it's YouTube. They're a small indie company. They don't know what they're doing, guys. They're just trying their best. Honestly. I mean, it loves to tell me that I've got excellent connection. So, if I've got excellent connection, surely there wouldn't be any issues, right? Yeah, they're working with limited resources. They're only owned by Google. It is a bit annoying how this is really weird, because I'm trying to have OBS on one monitor, but then every time I minimize it and open it up again, it opens up back to the other monitor. What a strange conundrum. Alright, well, let's continue. Hopefully it's doing better. One down. I started when the whole map was Corvus. Well, I started... just before... What was it? When I started, the Tempest still had high energy focus. And then like a couple of months later, the next patch came out. And they got Termination Sequence. I say a couple months. It was probably like 6 months later. So I think compared to a lot of players, relatively recently, but it's still, I've still got a couple of years under my belt. How are we doing? Well, the Venture is still doing its job in tanking, but it lost all of its support, so that doesn't really matter anymore. Okay, well, we've already got this, so let's not worry about it. Actually want you guys to start being more aggressive over here. And we'll just let that guy get away. You can always pick him up after the battle. Yeah, a certain warlord talked about the game. A certain merchant's guild, you might even say. That might be where I heard of the game, but I honestly don't remember. I might have heard of it somewhere else first and then watched the video. It's workable. Well, workable is certainly one way of putting it. Now, let's see if we can get all fancy. And turn around. Yes. Yes, we can. I think you can say goodnight. Hey, hey, people. Meth here. Oh, you have a Tropos, and a lot of them. Well, excuse me. I thought I was safe. But I didn't look at your weapon loadout. Not even a little bit. Okay, yeah, fighters are going to take care of that. You are sort of on your way over here. Omens are doing fine. In fact, no, you can sit. You can stay and capture that. That's fine. Keep going, little buddy. You got this. Believe in yourself. So you're not having any issues on mobile. Interesting. Yeah, termination sequence is in an odd spot. You pretty much need carrier group to make it actually work in the long term, because if you don't have it, they completely tank the replacement rate. Although luckily Alex is aware of this issue and he's planning to reduce their replacement time in the next patch. Right now termination drones take 20 seconds and he's dropping that all the way down to 10. The official website looks like a scam. Yeah, it's pretty old. Still using his code. I mean, that's fair. Like, the devs left that up, right? They could take it down if they wanted to. They understand that overall, it's better for themselves if they just leave it. Even if that means some people are going to play for free. Yeah, those early game high-tech frigates and Eradicator. Definitely an easy, breezy, lemon squeezy strategy. Second in command. Well, I don't actually need to send all of you. It's just a few frigates, right? I'll just send the one. Yeah, that's fine. Anything? No, there's nothing. There are actually... It's so crazy how there were 0 ships available. Like, usually there's at least a few, right? The only way to win is not to fight at all. Yeah, I think Sun Tzu said that at some point, somewhere. It's quite prescient of him to be aware of, like, copyright issues long before any of this stuff existed, so, you know, it's really, you know, he really deserves the genius title that people throw at him. I mean, this thing, yeah, compromised. It's got all of the bad and none of the good. We're just going to scrap that. Oh yes, I love when there's tons of little cargo pods. Actually, I don't. I hate it, but we're going to leave them because I'm never coming back for them anyway. Oh, nothing. I opened the gift and found a nothing. So, discovered debris field, right. Yes, this stuff out here. Okay. Yeah, it is like $15. It's one of those things where you could keep playing for free, but after you've played for like 30 hours, you look at that price tag and it's like $15. You're like, well, I'm probably going to play this for 100 more hours, so yeah, I can throw in 15 bucks. Yeah, civilian ships don't get combat demods, because if they did, that's most of the demods. So that would mean most of the time when your civilian ships get demods, then they'd just be stuff that's completely irrelevant. Oh yeah. It's almost perfect. It's +2 instead of +3, but it's pretty close. It's a good military world. Yeah, the full version, eh? Who knows? He's been working at it for a very long time at this point. Hey, what did I say? I said it might have one of those. And I was right. No, I'm not paying 70 for a toxic world. This might have some ruins, so I guess I'll go look at it. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, let's go do the Doritos now. Of course. Yeah, sorry, I left my balls in my other pants, guys. I'm not going to do that one. Let's be reasonable about this. Well, I definitely fought some space abominations. I don't know if they were bugs. They were very red. Oh, like that. For no particular reason, I'm gonna quick save. I don't think they have the big one this time. Yeah, the danger rating is only 2. This is probably doable. This one looks a lot more doable. F1. Yeah, maintenance 25, so that's cruiser size. That's 17, so it's a light cruiser, and then we've got some frigates by the looks of it. Yeah, I think that's doable. It's a little bit hard to tell just by looking. Alright, time to kill some bugs. Well, 15 minutes isn't exactly enough, but it is a question that's worth asking. What's the fastest that you can do them? I sure don't know. Oh, well, I don't want to ram into you, so let's change direction a little bit here. These things are pretty deadly to omens, last time I checked, so you can come escort me. I am a little concerned about that. We're probably fine. I mean, they've done a lot of hull damage to it. But it looks really scary. Oh yeah, there we go. You think you can mess with humanity? Say hello to Annihilators. You know what they do? They annihilate. Very creative, of course, as most weapons developers tend to be. No, it's not going to get eaten again. It's fine. The captain knows what he's doing, alright? You've gotta trust him. He's turning away from the cruiser because it's giving him a tactical advantage. You just gotta believe in him. Alright, maybe avoid that, actually. That's another one down. It's not focused on me, so I can bend. Fix your connection. Well, I'll look into that after this stream. First time, you know, some technical difficulties. It's laggy on and off. Yeah. Too high bitrate. That's possible. I can try turning that down. Alright, well, this is going to look weird. Yoink. Okay, let's see if I can turn down the bitrate. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here that I don't understand, but we can turn the number down. If the number is lower, then maybe it'll be less laggy. Down to 8. 6 megabytes per second. Just get better internet. No, the internet's pretty good where I am, so that's probably not it. If I had to guess, it's going to be something that some kind of setting that I've got that's using up way too much of the, well, using up all of the connection for something that's not really necessary. Okay, I don't think there's much else that I can change here. All right, well, tell them to get off Netflix. Well, I turned down the bitrate. We'll see if that helps. Yeah, the thumbnail took a little bit of work, but I think it turned out really nicely. Do I have Steam open? I don't believe I do. Yeah, there we go. Alright, well, unfortunately, that fight didn't happen. My computer had too much. I had to change some settings to make sure it doesn't crash again. It was Jovur, but now we're Barak. Yeah, I mean, that would be suspicious if I was losing the fight, but considering everything was going perfectly, I don't think it's too suspicious. Which is why I can get away with it. And I'm going to keep doing it over and over. I'm just going to keep reloading this fight in like a time loop, for no other reason than my own amusement. Alright, well, hopefully it's not as laggy. Super effective. Yes, the bugs were so butthurt that they were losing. Crash mothball to... What ship? Oh, that's, I guess it's grayed out because it's not really an option anyways. But it's a bit weird that it was even popping up. Sisyphus fight. Yeah, basically. Sisyphus would be proud. Or would he? Guess it depends on your perspective about him. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All the projectiles slowing down the game. Beautiful. Yeah, I think one thing I can do that's probably going to help is just streaming at a more convenient time for my computer. It's a little weird that EMP damage works, but I'll take what I can get. It's going a little different from how I remember. Oh, good, and it's got some kind of a tractor beam that's pulling me sideways. Just what I needed. This is going extremely differently. Yeah, so the whole power supply situation with my computer is very strange because it's not overheating, because when a computer overheats it behaves very differently from this. But it does depend on the temperature in the room, where you can push it a lot harder when the temperature is lower. Well, thank you. You know, this voice is something I'm quite proud of. I grew it myself. I spent a lot of skill points on this. Get a seasonal PC, pretty much. That was part of why I didn't make too many, or any videos into a new thermal paste. Maybe. Possibly. But again, oh wow, it actually reflected the Animator Blaster. Okay, that's cool. Oh boy, I might actually have to restart this fight now. Who would have thunk it, huh? But this looks completely different from last time. Yeah, when a computer overheats, it just shuts down, but mine doesn't shut down. It cuts out and then restarts, which is more in line with the power supply issue. Elite combat endurance on your voice. I'm not even sure what that means. How am I supposed to interpret that? It's not clear. But it's provocative. It gets the people going. Making OnlyFans. No, I don't think I will. If that was the kind of thing I was going to do, I would have done it a long time ago. Buy more omens. Well, it is the solution to just about every problem. Yeah, so they do have some kind of projectile reflecting ability. That can be pretty dangerous. Maneuvers for another engagement. There's only one of you. Oh, but you just read erotica. Well, I guess that's a bit classier. And people would probably tune in for that. Consider the following. OF is funny. That is true. And the funnier something is, the easier it is, well, not the easier it is to do, but the more acceptable it is. Like if you try to, like if you're a scammer, how is the most acceptable way to scam people? Is you tell them, hey, I'm scamming you. Give me money. Respect, you know? That's pretty, you're upfront, you're honest, and it's really funny. But no, you're not taking my money. But who knows, it might work on somebody. Alright, come on, let's get in here. They're not machines. Well, I did see some weapons going offline, so I think so. And it looks like it's got the Harbinger system on a frigate-sized... Wow, I got hit by my own friend's antimatter blaster. That's a bit sad. Yeah, I haven't made too much progress. You didn't miss a whole ton. It's not like even if there was no issues or delays, it's not like I'm going to make a ton of progress in like an hour. AI Cranma that talks to scammers to waste their time. This is the first time I'm hearing of it, and I love everything I'm learning about it. You are annoying. Just die. Have you considered this? Being a phase ship, it can dodge the antimatter blasters pretty well. Death. Oh, F for ship loadout sounds insane. Because it is insane. That is an insanity idea. Is not going into bars part of the challenge? Mostly because it's kind of an information overload, especially with Nexerolin. There's already so much going on in the Intel tab. And filtering through it takes a lot of concentration. So if I want to go into bars and then also try and filter through those missions, it's just a bit of an extra cognitive load. It's probably a good idea. I just don't really want to. Well, you see, there's actually a very interesting story about Beelzebub. She looks really cool. Yeah, I know. Mind-blowing, right? Is there a way to disable those Intel? It's probably... like, is that in the settings of the game or the mod or something? I mean, Justice does wear... Well, to be fair, sunglasses are a big part of Justice's persona, right? And I put glasses on Beelzebub. So, it's kind of like a hybrid there. Do I even want to recover this again? I mean, I've gone through the trouble, right? Although, man, that's a lot of lost people. But these things are worth a lot. And I've got whatever the heck this is. Mature phase worm colony. Yum. A Boltzmann brain. I'm getting a little philosophical with that one. A spontaneously manifesting brain. That's just silly. I know what I know the reference they're making here, but that is very silly as a weapon. Alright, well, we're going to dump some of this, dump some of that. I'd rather hang on to the metal because it actually has functions, even though I'm probably not going to use it for anything. So, I'm not seeing anyone complain about the lagginess. Has it improved? This does have ruins, yeah? Consume the brain as a treat. Yes, that is how you grow your brain. That's how you make it larger. Yes, it's alright. Yeah, it's better. Okay. So it was probably the bitrate. Awesome. Okay. Well, it's good to solve that as early as I have. It'd be a real shame if, like, the next one was also like this. Oh man, alright, we've got a lot. We've got a lot. That's a lot of organs. That's in fact so many organs, it might actually be worth putting these into stable orbit. Because, let's do a little math here. 300 times 600 is a really big number. 3 times 6 is 18 times 10,000. So like 180,000? Or am I off by a factor of 10? No, because it's 18 and 4 zeros, right? Yeah, that's 180,000. That's a lot. And that's for selling them at the baseline price. Okay. Put the pods into a stable orbit. It's going to cost 5 supplies. Yeah, we can do that. Target analysis steady. Hello. Yes. Absolutely. That's true. The demand is pretty low. Okay, so it should... The cargo pod should be somewhere. There we are. I'm surprised it didn't go into new. Plentiful volatiles. Oh, wow, that's so useful. I'm going to totally remember that. Research station. Actually good. Adequate... So like average? I think I'll pass on that. Okay, so if we go over to important, what have we got? Yeah, I can actually make it over to here in time, can't I? There's nothing else that I'm really worried about. I mean, there's hivers taking some stuff. You know, getting up to their old shenanigans, those hivers. Oh boy. Just make your own organ deficit. I see. That's the Starfarer's way of thinking. Now, it's something I very rarely do. I mostly do exploration rather than raiding and trading. But it's a very popular way of doing things. For good reason. First, we're going to go over here. Oh, there's 2 cargo pods. I did get the right ones, yes? Surely I got the right ones when I stabilized them. I don't think I need more combat skills right now. Although impact mitigation would be really nice. I do have 2 carriers, so these could be good. But I'm looking... Yeah, These could be really good. Although I only have 7 fighter bays. 1 is the Tempest. I might have to drop the Tempest and pick up another battle carrier with like 2 slots. That could work really well. Fighter uplink, not as important. Don't think well, gunnery implants is alright, and it does open the way for flux regulation. Flux regulation is really good. I think we're going to go with this. Although I'd rather have impact mitigation. That doesn't really open up any new options, whereas this will. You know, you guys are actually positioned really conveniently. I could stop by your place. Pick up some fuel. Well, I don't actually need any, so it looks like we'll be fine. Crew under strength. Ah, right. But I can't really mothball you. Can't really mothball you. Maybe if I mothball you. That would do it, but again, then I don't have enough. So I think I'm going to stop buying and pick up crew. Empty cryo sleeper. Well, it's close to the jump point. Size 8 military. That's probably a good place to stop. I've got some cash. I can buy some stuff. Get this fleet really pulled together with a little bit of mod technology. Alright, and of course, the officers leveled up. Penny Skenis. I noticed you took 2% hull damage. And look at this. She's level 1. No hull damage. Where's your excuse, Penny Skenis? I mean, that's just embarrassing. You're the more experienced officer here. And you got your hull scratched up? And you know how expensive it is to replace the paint job on one of these things? Blue ain't cheap. It's been copyrighted by Tritachyon. Alright, what are you going to use? I mean, this is a pretty generic... Impact mitigation is definitely not an omen skill, so I doubt you're going to stay here, if you stay at all. Polarized armor would synergize nicely for an armor-focused build. Target analysis is good right now, and also good in the future. It's a good generic choice. I think I'm going to go with that. And in fact, I'm going to make it elite. Mr. Joker. Yes, Mr. Joker. Field modulation, mayhaps. Indeed. You don't have a ship yet. And it was just those two. Alright. Let's get out of here. A little sensor ghost. Well, it's not bothering me, so I'll leave it alone. It's just a harmless little space fairy. I lost my omens in combat because I tried overtuning their shields. That sounds like a mod thing. Is it some kind of like mod, hull mod that changes the way shields function? Because Omen's baseline shields, just with vanilla functionality, should be really good. You can't go wrong with maxing out their shields. Oh, just maxing out the flux, really? What the heck is that? Oh, that's just a mercenary scout, and... a something. Oh, it's a hound. I got baited. You better have a level 7 officer. Level 5. Alright. It's not level 7, but I will spare you. Oh, of course. Of course. Yup.
Hello, Jadicus. I'm but an ordinary human. My name is Olivia. Hello, fellow humans.
Right. You know, this does remind me of that one FTL event where a mantis thinks it's a human. I'm pretty sure its name is John. I don't remember his last... It's like John Smith or something. I think it's John Smith. And this bug does look a lot like a mantis, so I'm going to go with that reference. As a matter of fact, impact mitigation, damage control, target analysis, ballistic mastery missile... Guys, I'm thinking this is a plant. I think the bugs put this here specifically so that John Smith over here could take the Legion. And if that is a plan, it's a very clever plan because I'm absolutely going to fall for it. 100%. Look at that stat lineup. That's perfect. That's beautiful. It's great. Alright, John Smith. You might look a little weird, but I trust you. Heavy anti-ship mine. Well, don't want to mess with those. Glad we're not hostile. To be honest, I haven't really fully explored what mods can do. So far, Diablo Avionics seems pretty balanced, even with the relatively powerful fighters that they have access to, but that's mostly because I haven't tried really pushing the limits with them. Like, you might not find out how strong a Griffin is in vanilla until you try really pushing the limits, and then suddenly you realize, oh, this thing's insane. Oh, it's Robert Smith. Okay. Yeah, let's go with Robert Smith. I think the lore there is that this mantis was adopted into a human family and just for some reason thought it was also human. How much are we making? Yeah, that was the minority of the organs that I found, and it's already 34,000. Ooh, ooh, hello. That is some cash. Cheese to meet you, you might say. I don't think you need more than 200 of these, really. Let's drop... I'll take back 20. Yeah, we'll do that. And you can have these. I don't know what they're for. You can have them. I also already have this. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can take that. I'll take these. Don't know if I'm going to use them, but I want them. Yeah, Iron Shell's a bit weird because it's an extension of the hegemony, but they have a lot of mobility systems on their carriers. And mobility and dodging are not really the hegemony's strong suit. But I guess it's just there because dodging is fun. And if it's fun, then I should put it on half of my ships. Okay, yeah, we're really running out of cargo space because I'm carrying around all these weapons. Might be time to find a place and settle down. Oh, right, first, let me buy some more meat bags. We're gonna need them. Let me get a nice round number, 1,300. Lovely. Next one at Prism. Ah, the Prism Freeport. Do I have that enabled? I might have it turned off. I don't remember. Yeah, I think I turned off the Prism Freeport because it feels a little cheesy being able to just go there and trade for stuff that you don't normally have access to. Or that you're having trouble finding access to. What can you do? Steady combat endurance target analysis. That's a solid lineup. Alright, I've got 8 officers now. Huh. And some of you guys aren't doing anything, but I will pay to keep you around, because finding officers with decent skill sets is quite the pain a lot of the time. Also, I should probably get something... Oh boy, what? Okay. Assault boarding. It's a boarding missile. I guess this is Halo now, or this is like the Covenant launching a boarding ship. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about the Ulan cannon. Yeah, a large energy with 1,000 range. That now, before was, it's a hard flux option, so not something that energy is really supposed to have. And then on top of that, now it gets boosted by S-modded magazines, so it's probably even crazier. Alright, what can this do? Well, first I'm going to see if there's better options here. Sadly, no. Not really. That's unfortunate. I guess we'll just leave that as it is. Alright, well, let's see what this does. Bring out the Dominator. Actually, I didn't check how much range it has, but I guess we'll find out. Go to Ludic Planets. Buy crew for cheap. Question mark? Suddenly I have a lot of organs. If you were allowed to do that, it would be a very easy way of making money, because crew are cheap and organs are not. Oh, it's that purple crap that's flying around all the time. That's what this thing is. Okay. So I know what that looks like, and it's slow, but it flies all over the place. Alright. What exactly do they do when they hit the target, though? It's not clear. I don't think I'm putting wasps on this. Wasps are very good at intercepting enemy fighters, and not much else. Lowers... Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. That's kind of creative. When phase worms collide with an enemy ship, they creep on board, wreaking havoc among the crew and sensitive systems. That makes a lot of sense, actually. I do believe older versions of Star Sector had boarding, and they removed it because it was not really gelling well with the rest of the game. But if this is your idea of boarding, is like a weapon or fighters that reduce CR by a small amount, then that makes a lot of sense. Let's see, does this regenerate? No flux cost of fire, limited ammo. No, alright. Missile systems, synth, plastoid, chemical, that's a soup of words. Synth, plastoid, chemical, propellant, warhead. Psychomantis? This allows missiles to be effective against both shields and armor at the expense of raw damage. Yeah, 100 energy damage per hit is not very high. But it does feel like this, with 25 per volley, this does seem a lot like it's a premium version of the Locust. That's what I think it is. Worse against hull, but better against shields and armor. Let's see. Alright, I don't actually... I gotta take that off. Okay, there we go. Now I can do that. Let's see what those do. I mean, really, the best for targeting practice right now would be a Dominator. Or maybe a Conquest. Maybe. Because it doesn't die too fast, but it's also not going to interrupt you by doing any significant damage. Yeah, I believe the VIC have some, or I guess Vic. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like that. It's not doing a whole lot of damage, but they have a lot of ammo. And I'm sure against smaller ships it's going to have pretty good tracking. Yeah, when it comes to balance, the thing is, even if a mod is well balanced, if you might have like 5 mods that are individually well balanced, but when you start cross-pollinate some of the weapons and ships and hull mods that they have, it can easily get out of hand. You can find combinations that were never intended. Yeah, the Monitor. That is the ship that does that thing. It's invincible. It's Sundowner's favorite ship, after all. So this does do exactly what I hoped against the Lashers. These things, not as effective against heavily armored ships, but they've got good tracking and they can pummel smaller frigates that are flanking from any direction. Yeah, anti-small ship work does seem to be their strong suit here. Which Locusts kind of do as well. But this definitely has more... It's got a lot more impact against the shields. So combined with the interceptors, this is going to be pretty good against most lightly armored targets. Now for a Legion, it probably needs a bit more punching power against heavier ships. But I can worry about that later on in the game when I'm fighting more heavier ships. For now, this thing looks really cool, so I'm going to roll with it. Malfunctioning comms, damaged weapon mounts. I mean, structural damage is pretty bad. But other than that, I think that's the one that I got, honestly. That's probably the one I got from fighting all those bugs. I did this. This is my fault. But I can also fix it. If I want to. Also, this. How about we... Ooh, salamanders. I finally got those. Alright. Faulty power grid. Pretty bad on a high-tech ship. Pretty bad. But it is what it is. Actually, can I give you some real weapons? The Light Needler is fine defensively, but relying all on this point defense. I don't know, I'd like you to... You got a plasma burn, and you do seem pretty aggressive, so I'd like you to actually be able to shoot things. But again, there's not a great selection. Like, this is very hypervelocity driver territory. You've got some missiles for that can give you some long-range finishing power, and some hypervelocity drivers for long-range kinetics, and then fill the small slots with point defense, and that long-range style would complement the fighters and the micro-missiles. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing the Thumper. Thumper is pretty fun, though. It is pretty fun when it gets to melt through a frigate. Alright, I think that's all I'm going to really take. Well, no, hold on. Let me look at their ships. Ah, yes. The big metal, whatever the big metal foot fungus. Ocuclops. 22,000. That's a lot. 1,900. That's a lot. Shield flux per damage is still only 1, so it's the same as low tech, but with more armor and hull. But it is 50 points. It's more than an onslaught. Enhances the speed and maneuverability. Okay, so it's got maneuvering jets by another name. Probably has the numbers tweaked a little bit. Large hybrid, medium universal. Large hybrid and medium universals. I guess it depends on where the mounts are. In 3rd generation Zantech armor plating. I mean, I'm looking at this because it's cool, but I don't see myself buying this anytime soon. I mean, a lot of ships in Star Sector are ugly, but that's kind of the aesthetic. Like, a Condor is pretty ugly, but if you like this kind of makeshift carrier junker fleet kind of vibe, then you're probably going to like it. Unfortunately, well, what the heck is this thing? Egg. It says it's an Enic class, but it's clearly an egg, so they're lying. EMP flares. Now that's cool. Large hybrid, medium composite. So for 20, 20 is the same as an Eagle. We're looking at a large slot, a medium hybrid, and some medium composites. You could easily mount up some very interesting combinations with that. It's even got small ballistics, which does seem to be part of the faction theme. Top speed 70, not bad. I mean, it's an egg, but other than that, I like it. Well, some people like the Condor, some people don't. It's the junker fleet makeshift bolting random crap together to make it work kind of aesthetic, and some people like it. Egg. I think I'm going to buy the egg. Actually, I might even want to buy the mule, like one of these mules as well, just for a little more cargo capacity. We're running a little short. Yeah, I'm going to hold on to that 100,000 credits. Just so that I've got a bit of a buffer. Okay. What's your armor looking at? 1,200. That's pretty good. I've got these composite slots. So if I suspect, it's probably a good idea to equip you. You're still only level... I mean, you're about to hit level 2, so I guess I can keep leveling you up. And you can go into the mule. And the nice thing about the mule being a combat ship is any D-mods it collects will likely be combat ones. And I can mount up this stuff without any penalties. It's not really meant for combat. Let's get 10 and 10. Start with that. Okay. And what the heck is... I didn't see this earlier. Maybe I just wasn't paying enough attention. 900 range, anti-armor. It's a little shorter range than the Mauler. Worse efficiency. Lower damage per hit. I guess it's got like double the DPS, and that's the strong suit there. I mean, they're very conservatively balanced. They really didn't want to make this overpowered. What does the Zon plating do? That is a great question. It's a question scientists have debated for generations. Let's find out. Second generation. So the battleship had third generation. This is second generation. Reduces high explosive damage by 20% and energy damage by 10%. So armor tanking. Very armor tanking. Okay. Kind of makes me wish that I gave that other guy, Penny Skinas, the polarized armor, because that would be... Helms and Ship, Impact, and polarized armor would be really good for this. But it is what it is. Now, suppression, large energy. This looks familiar. It sounds a little bit like a Tachyon Lance so far. I'm going to have to see what it actually looks like to figure that out, though. Do I have any long-range missiles? Because this has 1,000 range. Well, I do have Sabos, and those are always dangerous. Yet, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of great options. Strategic further. Well, he said that yeah, now that the videos are back, that he's free to do that. So I assume that he has. Okay, so this is the energy bola looking ass. Kind of cool. Does this have EMP damage? No. What's the effect then? Surely it doesn't just hit the enemy and then do some damage. So Annihilator pods. Yeah, part of the problem is that they're at the back, so they're a little bit close range. I mean, it's 1,500. So it's not that bad, I guess. And these small ballistic slots are great for railguns. Well, for starters, we're gonna look at some of the obvious choices here. Heavy armor. Maybe expanded missile racks as well, although ECCM would help a lot with hitting their targets, so a little short on points for that. Actually, do I really need... Fights aren't going to go that long yet. Like, later on in the game with bigger fights, I'd worry about that. Your channel helped me get into this game. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I like this game a lot. But it does have a steep learning curve. That's for sure. I think, yeah, we're going to go with something like that. Probably not this thing. But what else is there? Those are pretty good. Actually, high-intensity laser, Annihilator pods, railgun, Psycho Mantis. Yeah, there is no... Well, it does give a little bit. Ballistic rangefinder, if I had it, which I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't think I have that yet. But if I did, it would still add 100 range, which is not bad, because that 100 range gets boosted further, so it's more like 140. Interesting looking would be the one way of putting it. It's a bit light on point defense, but I think that can make do. Oh, do I only have the 2 Vulcans? That's a shame. Well, I guess you're just going to have to hope and pray your engines don't get hit by a salamander, my guy. Because I ain't doing anything for that. Yeah, I think this could work. Although putting this in a turret slot without advanced turret gyros makes it very slow, which is a bit unfortunate. And since it does outrange everything by quite a lot, I'm tempted to pick something with shorter range, like whatever the heck this thing is. Area Denial. I mean, it's part of the faction weaponry. Flux per shot 700. Refire delay. So it's about 100 a second, which is low. Yeah, 1600 armor is pretty heavy, and we've got impact mitigation already. I'm a little worried about him getting pinned down and isolated, but, you know, as long as I've got good frigates, they can escort, so that should be fine. This might be better, but I don't know any of these weapons too well, since they're all from this... I've never used this mod before. Like, if I load this thing up, let's just have a look. What does this do? Proximity burst. Okay, so it looks like that. It's kind of like our long-range flat cannon by the looks of it. High explosive. Large ballistic anti-armor. Flux per shot, flux per second, 330. Yeah, that does bring our flux per second down considerably. And it's shorter range. This might be a better choice for this specific ship. But let's not lock ourselves in. You know, you can test things out, and then if you put it back, I didn't actually pay for it. I unpaid for it. For some reason, the game lets you do that. And by for some reason, I mean, so you can test stuff out. Very slow. Well, I see what they mean by area denial. This is not going to hit anything that's particularly fast, but it can certainly be a nuisance against large swarms of junk and fighters. But it doesn't look too reliable to me. So I'm going to stick with something that looks like it actually hit something. Alright, you are going to pilot the egg. Do you know what that means? Pyramus? Elysium? No. From now on, you are the Eggman. I don't make the rules. I'm sorry. And that's everything I need from these guys. Any officers? No. You know, let's visit the bar. I'm pretty sure this is the tutorial for ground combat, which I don't really care about. Does anyone know more about Voidlings? Guess there's no harm in telling you the full story, or what I know of it at least. Not like they could go do me much worse than they already have. Don't even know who our employer was, or where these creatures came from. Well, not for sure anyhow. Some thought 'twas some heretic trying to profit off Lud's punishment for our sins, or some spiritual bullshit. Others were convinced it was a Tritech bioengineering project. There were rumors about Sidrian lobster experiments. Personally, I think some brain-fried pirate might have stumbled onto something that should have been better left buried somewhere out in this sector. Yep. That's a lot of dialogue. I guess I'll keep reading. Whatever the case, it all went to shit real fast, real good. Who could have guessed they're trying to control a swarm of space predators, trying to make them more aggressive, trying to make them hunter fleets? Could backfire. Don't get me wrong, we did succeed. Real nice and aggressive, these hunters. Don't want to bore you with all the little details. Maybe don't want to bother myself with them. Long story short, most of my team died. The few others that survived seem to have disappeared shortly after. Only reason I'm still kicking, that I chose to disappear myself first chance I had. Presumed KIA. Not sure I did myself a favor. Controlling Voidlings isn't all that hard. Well, that's a very interesting... Ooh, that's very interesting. But keeping a whole swarm, one with multiple alphas at that, from hunting your fleet, now that is impossible. Quickly after, whoever was in charge of this whole thing seemed to be very eager to erase all traces of the project, or at least their involvement from history. Yeah, The equipment we used to control them might even still be intact. That's crazy. Order me a new one on your way out, will ya? No thanks. You can pay for your own meal. You did, in fact, bore me with the details. And that's all I need to know. Now I need to get out of here before some patrols really bother me. I could have at least checked... Nah, whatever. We'll go here first, then we'll go back and pick up those organs. Oh, I think... Yeah, no, I'm screwed. Alright. Yeah, a little combat readiness. We're fine. We're not fine. I'm going to buy more supplies and fuel. What if I do it off the black market? What is a voidling? Well, in the last video and in this stream earlier, we fought some red things. Some red space insects. That's what they are. Yeah, there's not enough fuel. I'll grab that. Let's get out of here. Okay. Oh. Wait, are they pursuing? Are you sure? I don't think I would want to take that on. Oh, wait, it's danger too. Wait, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, we might actually have some hyper combat. If I can get there in time. They are aliens or human-made. Yeah, well, I think the point of the story is that it's not clear where they came from, but some group was trying to control them and use them and corral them into fighting their enemies. And then they went rogue and attacked their controllers. Now, these guys are a completely different thing. They're green. And as we know, green means friendly. I guess I'll have you escort that, and then we can leave everybody else to do their own thing. Alright. Well, the Hiver fleet is only danger level 2, and I've got this human fleet to act as a meat shield. Just double checking that the comm fleet, the comm waves are closed there, so they didn't hear that. Yeah, so they're going to act as a meat shield for us. Absorb any potential losses. I mean, if you're a follower of Ludd, then the green is friendly logic really does hold up. Oh, that is very aggressive. I mean, the enemy is high on flux, so I get it. But that Tempest is not going to win that. Well, it does open a perfect opportunity to get in some Annihilators. The shot spread can be a little difficult to aim compared to hammers, but if you're willing to get close to the target, you can get a lot more endurance out of them in combat. So you're going to capture that, I guess you're going to capture that, and then you can help me kill this thing over here. Yeah, this looks pretty overkill. Oh, look at that. How does it feel to be swarmed by fighters? Isn't that supposed to be your strategy? Well, it is a little annoying that they left before finishing the job. But I'm sure they have more important things to do. Oh no, a lasher. Anyways. The temporal shell can be dangerous. In theory. Oh yeah, and of course they recover hull. So it almost died, and now it's not. But I'm an Eradicator. I think I'll be fine. Yeah, of course it's just going to run away. Alright. I don't want to manually pilot that and chase that down. How about you two go up this way? Are they retreating, or are they just moving up towards the capture point there? It's not clear. Oh, no, they're not retreating. They're definitely not retreating. Alright, let's turn that off so we can get the zero flux boost instead of not doing that. Yeah, the choice between Reapers and Hammers is... Okay, yeah, I'm not catching that. Forget about it. Well, the choice between Reapers and Hammers is Reapers are going to give you more damage potential. 2 Hammers is only 3,000 damage, and 1 Reaper's 4,000. But the Hammers are faster, and they have more combined HP. Like a single Reaper has 500 health, and two Hammers have, well, each individually have 350, but combined have 700. So if you've got a lot of missile slots, like on an Eradicator, then spamming hammers can be a really good idea. You've just got enough of them, you can force your way through point defense. Whereas if you've only got 1 or 2 small missile slots, then you probably want Reapers just for the because they're going to have a hard time getting through, but if they do, it's going to be high impact. Oh yeah, I think those green missiles are going to be really good against the Hivers. Oh yeah. Reaper is a way cooler name. That is true. Are they still fighting? Have they not decided to retreat yet? Right in... And of course, it just doesn't care. Yeah, it just doesn't care. It looks like the engines went out, but they didn't. Why are they so aggressive even after they lost? I guess they don't really have much of a sense of self-preservation. Alright, now that there's 2 of them, maybe they'll be aggressive enough that I can actually get some damage in. Yeah, I'm not too scared of some auto-pulse lasers. No, I don't know what those missiles are, but they are doing a fair amount of damage. Okay, Overload. Awesome. Alright, finish him. There we go. Is it still not over? You're joking, right? Where are they? Oh, I see. That's why. It bugged out and deployed all of their logistics ships. Yeah, of course I'm going to join the pursuit. Gimme. I did all the work here. Meat shield. The loot is mine. If you want to go into space and grab all of that, you can. The bulk of the loot is mine. That's another story point. Might want to spend something so I can get more green XP. Okay, well that derailed me a little bit. Let's get back on track. So finally, we have hyper combat. Look at that. Well, look, they can pick up the scraps after the fact. I get first dibs, that's all. I think that's a perfectly reasonable arrangement. -2 from black market trade. Oh, please. Danger level 3. Yeah, bye. Yeah, food isn't loot. No, I don't have Ruthless Sector. I'd like to actually beat the Hybrids on their default settings first. If I want to make it harder next time, then maybe. But I could also install plenty of other Cosmic Horrors to take on. And when I've never seen them before, I'd rather not have Ruthless Sector active. Okay, that's a start. It should be Asteroid Belt. Okay, so let's just take a tour around the Asteroid Belt. 50, no. No, thank you. I'm good. If I wanted to get scammed, I would just give my money to a scammer. Yeah, we're still good. Alright. And that mission is complete. I don't think I got any Okay, now I'm full. Alright. I don't think I got any interesting data, though. If I go here, new. Yeah, that's just that. I was really hoping to find like a Domarian era exploration ship or something. So what exactly is the horror from Knights of Lud? Is that where the void creatures are? I think that's a separate mod, though. I actually don't... I really don't know much about the Knights of Lud content. I completely forgot to actually outfit this. I got distracted. Not that it's going to be deployed in combat, so... Yeah, separate thing. Alright, let's go pick up... Wait, do I actually have... I don't think I have enough cargo capacity. It's being taken up by all this metal. Alright, let's stop by the Zon Empire again. They're a convenient pit stop for me. They call themselves an empire, but they're really just a garage. Knights of Lud are harsh. Well, I'm looking forward to it. What are we paying for? Yeah, our officers are eating up half, and the rest of our crew is eating up half. Seems about right. Yeah, I think HMI has the mess. Although, how horrifying that really is, your mileage may vary. I'm not taking a commission yet. I will, though. Oh, hello. Nope, not what I was looking for. I was looking for this. Guys. I mean, thank you for this gift. You really didn't have to. Yeah, and there is, of course, whatever the heck is going on here. So we'll find out about that eventually. I'll just sell them on the open market. Yeah, you're 30% tax, but it's metal, so I don't really feel bad about it. Alright, is there anything that you can actually mount that'll be decent? What about small missiles? What do we got? Some of those, perhaps? Cheap, efficient, elegant. I mean, this thing is just silly. No flux cost to fire. This thing seems very silly. Let's go for it. Probably want a targeting unit. Get a little more flux. There we go. Alright. Now, just in case, you can do some stuff. Do not go to any of the weird-looking systems from Knights. You will perish. Well, I actually did go to this abyss in a different save file. And I very easily snuck past everything and went into the center of the system. And found myself in a very strange place. But that's another story for another time. Yeah, faction bounty's not interesting to me. Yeah, apparently there was a research station here the whole time. Alright. I didn't notice it. It's somewhere in the heart of the system, although with a supergiant that could be in some of these tiles around it. Oh wait, someone there was called the Divine Emperor. You'd expect him to be at the top of the list, but he was at the bottom. I guess he's a very humble Divine Emperor. I mean, if he wasn't humble, he would have been like the Divine Super Emperor of the Seven Heavenly Paths, I'm sure. But he shortens it to just Divine Emperor to let us know that he's, you know, really down to earth. Just like you or me. Hyver versus Persian League. I don't care who the IRS sends. I'm not paying taxes. In this case, the hegemony. Now, if I turn down the bitrate on the stream, that has reduced the lag, but has it reduced the quality or anything? Is everything looking good? What ships are inside the strange black hole system? Well, I suppose we'll have to find out eventually. Well, I can tell you one thing. There's a lot of them. No lags anymore, but it hasn't dropped in, like, quality. Like, there's not, like, you know, it can run, like, 1080p, right? Or whatever quality you're running at. The gameplay looks just fine. Alright. Thanks sometimes. Ah, yes. Well, I did turn it down really low, the bitrate. I might be able to get away with turning it up a little bit without it affecting the latency. We'll see. I assume you've increased the RAM and VM param file. Yeah. Yeah. The lag is because I've turned down my CPU so that it doesn't crash the whole computer. Now, there is an alternative solution to this, which would be streaming at night and with my window open so that the whole room is freezing cold, and then I can turn it up to 100% and it'll run just fine. There would be less lag in the gameplay. Unidentified. Oh. They still haven't figured out how to turn off sustained burn. What the heck is that? Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of stuff. Zephyrwing Blueprint. Sure. Vic Fighters. Sure. Those are probably going to be a little broken. Just put the computer outside. Easy. This is very true. Can also undervolt CPU. Yeah, that's something I don't know. I could very easily mess that up, and I don't know too much about that. Load out rambles with VIC or something like that. Yeah. I think there's just so much to cover in vanilla that I haven't really thought too much about mods. There's definitely a lot more territory that I have not explored with vanilla stuff. But, I mean, eventually vanilla's going to run out. And mods are always there. Voltage sliders go burr, famous last words. Yeah, that would be a real problem if those were the last words from my computer. Yeah, you two have fun. Bye-bye, kids. See, that should, repairs should be finished. Yeah, there we go. I love how loud that is. Attacker victory. Well, that's another... You know, I was planning on getting a Persian League membership, but I'm starting to wonder if there's going to be a Persian League by the end of this. There goes another one. Just download more RAM. Simple as. Ooh, that's a nice sound. Yeah, I mean, there hasn't been issues. So, my PC is getting a little old, and that's probably part of the issue. If I had to guess. Because there have not been cooling issues in the past. And I don't think, and again, I don't think it's a cooling issue. It might have to do with, like, when it's hotter, the fans spin up, and then the power draw of the fans increase, and then something's broken with or there's some kind of damage to the power supply that then causes an issue. Okay, yeah, let's go visit... Well, who do I have the highest reputation with? Of course it's Tritachyon. I'm not going to do Tritachyon, though. Maybe I can even get commissioned by Knights of Lud and go... They do have a lot of stuff going on with this mod. And it is very easy to buy reputation with AI cores. In fact, these two, that should give me 6. And I'm currently at 3, so that's just shy of being able to get a commission. 1 point short. If I do some open market trading, that should give me the last point. And then I should be able to join them. Yeah, let's go do that. Let's go join the Knights of Lud. I don't have any ships that really fit their aesthetic, but I'm sure they won't mind. Gilead, Luddic Church, Asher, Hyber. Oh, that's a little dangerous. Starkeep Lyra. I wonder how long that's going to last. But oh well. See if we can do it. Actually, do they share reputation with the basic Ludic Church? Is that how that works? I'm not sure. I don't quite have enough fuel to get there, so either way I'm going to have to stop by the Persing League, aren't I? Yeah. I need to buy some fuel. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, that would make things a lot simpler, wouldn't it? Hmm? What is this? Hermes? Is there an officer in here? No, there isn't. Worthless. Trash. A 40,000 bounty. I think I'm a little past those at this point. And once again, it's the Zon Empire striking back. All the way across the sector. Not my first choice. Okay, we're gonna have to burn. Rebellion. Failed. Oh, come on, humans. Try a little harder. You know what, maybe I need to airdrop some copies of the Hunger Games. Show them how a real rebellion works. Yeah, I'll just go through the storm, whatever. Yeah, at least the Zon are helping. I think they're the only ones who are really striking back against the invaders. All right. 221? Is that really... No, there's got to be better. There's got to be better. Like, Fortuna, Ludic Path. I can sell it for $5.39. Let's do that. I like that. And of course, it's the Hivers who are selling the organs on cheap. I wonder where they get them. Frontal conversion. Now that is a hull mod. I'll take it. It's already medium, of course. Of course it's medium. Yes, we'll do some open market trading. Are you happy, Mr. League? Still medium. Son of a... Alright. Well, let's get out of here. Skedaddle on down. Where did it say the... It was... Hold on. Let's do a little... Fortuna in the Empyrean system. So down with the Vic. Okay. I'm going to visit them. Over cargo capacity. I am? Oh, I bought too many supplies without thinking. Hold on. Of course. Oh, they actually took a bunch of my organs, and that is the first time in a long time that a patrol has found anything. Well, that solves my cargo problem. That is the first time that they've actually found anything in a long time, but I guess that's because I have a massive amount of organs. Well, that's what I get for turning around. I could have just outrun them. Didn't need that many supplies. Profit margins decreasing. Excitement levels lowering. We need a cash injection stat. Sorry, that was the Tritachyon goon in my brain. The Tritachyon low-level operator. No, officer. I'm not transporting anything illegal. Well, I've got like a trench coat that's just full of organs. I'm desperately trying to hold them in. It's like, dang, I knew I shouldn't have brought 400 organs. I should have brought only 349. That would have slipped past them. Oh, there's 167. I actually can't see the viewer count right now. It would probably make me too nervous, to be honest, watch it go up and down, even though that's just a natural part of streaming. Well, you see, if you want a large brain, the first thing you gotta do is consume a lot of brain matter. You are what you eat, after all. Yeah, the system does look really cool. Now, mostly, I'm probably not going to get too involved with the Vic. I think they've got some, like, Catboy technology. It's a bit suspicious. So, yeah, okay. What can I do? Well, I can sell you organs, first and foremost. You know, price 418. That's a nice chunk of cash. Yeah, these are going to be more expensive because, of course, they've got deficits. It's like double the price for fuel. No thanks. And they're going to have nothing for ships. Alright, I'll visit the Vic. The Yick. 1 more billion viewers. Well, I'm no mathematician, but I think that's a big number. When will this become a video? Well, it's definitely going to be archived on the channel, regardless. I'm thinking probably the best way of doing it would be playthroughs are probably going to be more suited to streaming, and then I can add them to the playlist. Because that way it's like a long, continuous, from start to finish, all of the stuff that happens. Whereas a lot of the other things like fleet composition, rambling, and tier lists and all that stuff can be videos. That's what I'm thinking right now anyways. You know, I think there's like an eating the rich joke that I heard once that was actually funny. But I can't remember it, so maybe it wasn't that funny. I'll buy that. Well, the music is good. The art is pretty. I'm not reading that. Oh, yes, if I remember correctly, Laidlaw Mass Driver. 700 range, extremely fast projectile, deals soft flux fragmentation damage. In a sense, these are kind of related to the IR Auto Lance, having large bursts of fragmentation damage, but being soft flux. And getting that for 7 ordnance points in a small mount at 700 range seems pretty good. Although 0.6 efficiency for fragmentation is pretty bad, especially with soft flux, so I guess it's somewhat balanced out. Ah, yes. I guess this is the big version of the little one. No, this is medium. Okay. What the heck is this? Plasma minigun. Large suppression. I see. They've got tachyon lances. Yeah, gene tech. I think these are the Catboy injectors, I think. I mean, I haven't read the lore, so I wouldn't know, but when you say Vic brand gene tech, and they've got like Catboys and Catgirls, or whatever the heck they are, and you got this thing that looks like a medical device, I can only assume it's got some kind of syringe that injects you, and it changes you. Well, for a size 7 planet, they sure don't have a lot. I guess it's mostly locked behind the military, but even then, this feels a bit bare bones. Assault reconfiguration. Okay, 27. It's an expensive cruiser. Temporarily increased ballistic and energy weapon damage by 50%, but also increases damage taken by shield by 25%. Okay. And at 0.8, so it basically goes from like midline shields, and then it gives itself low-tech shields. And in exchange, it increases its damage by 50% for non-missile weapons. Now, I don't know about you, but that just sounds really good. Armor rating, pretty light. Hull integrity, pretty light, especially for something that's 27. I think even the Aurora is better than this. Slow? Oh, 30 top speed, very slow. Don't think I'm grabbing that. I've got the Legion, but at least that thing has bulk. So I think it can handle itself, where this I don't know what this thing does. Yeah, we're not going to touch that. Oh, I might need some fuel, though. Some fuel for the poor. I've only got 200,000 credits, which is more than a spacer will earn in his lifetime. But I'm just a poor spacefaring captain. Please. Don't... I guess I could get another buffalo. It's fine. I do want more cargo capacity. Actually, let's see. I might even build in... Yeah, since this doesn't have any demods, I might even build in... What did I put on you? Yeah, efficiency overhaul militarized. That makes sense. I don't think they need to be militarized, though. Now that I've got the Legion jumping up my sensor profile, that's probably not that important. Let's drop some caps and see what your options are. Surveying equipment can be pretty good. So I can actually do a little surveying. Coballs are pretty good. I don't know what those are. I'll have a look again to see if I can spot one. Let's just go with the same. Right. Really? Reinforced bulkheads? Unstable injectors, right? Yeah, let's go with that. Seems more reasonable. Yes, I've already got those. Perfect. Let's grab one of those. Just like that. Right, it's a little more fuel capacity. Better cargo capacity. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I mean, Cobalt. Oh, this thing. 5 points. We're looking at top speed of 100, so definitely slow. Armor rating 250, hull integrity 2,500. Pretty middling for a frigate, which is middling for a frigate. It's not great overall. Efficiency's 0.8 with a shield arc of 180 Omni, so you could easily give frontal shield conversion and get 360. 0.8's not bad. But again, it's a bit slow. And its assault configuration increases damage taken. Now, as long as the AI uses that... I mean, the AI is probably not going to use that in situations where it doesn't make... Well, it's probably going to spam it, but even if it spams it, 50% is a lot, so I can't really blame them. Medium universal, and that's 3 medium mounts. Okay, that does... Aerodynamic design, convoy drive. Okay, I don't exactly know what those hull mods do. I've already got a pretty solid frigate set up. I'd rather look at... Actually, I don't know what I'd rather look at. I mean, I was kind of hoping to grab... At least my initial hope was to grab some Centurions, because those can be pretty good, but then, you know, things happened. You have a hull mod that swaps the shield system entirely, adding a separate... Oh! I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay. Let's try that. Let's try it. I will give you a shot, my friend. My friend, I will give you a chance to prove yourself. Don't waste it. You can go in the other Omen, and we can make this elite. You can level up. It is a bit slow, so helmsmanship is tempting, but it also has 3 medium slots, so ordnance expertise is tempting. Yeah, Robert Smith, he's a very, he's probably one of the most down-to-earth guys I've ever met, to be honest. Yeah, he's really chill. He's a captaining like a big ship, but he doesn't talk down to the fighter pilots. He really levels with them. I mean, no one's really seen him in person. Like he only talks through the comms, so it could just be kind of like an aura he's projecting, kind of like how streamers might put on a persona that doesn't reflect their real personality, that sort of thing. But I mean, so far he's done a pretty good job. Okay, aerodynamic design. Increase the strength of planetary rates. Okay, so yeah, the idea is that it can actually fly into atmosphere and shoot at the enemies. Convoy drive, what the heck does that mean? 0 flux speed bonus by 35. Okay, so that's why it's so slow. It can actually get around the map decently with the convoy drive. Yeah, he says he's got like Tourette's. That's why he he does like the... Honestly, I can't even mimic them. Like, he's really good at that. What's your favorite nuclear launch code? I'm not falling for that one again. It's a good prank, though. Let's see, Laidlaw Tech. This one, yeah, this is the one where the shield arc grows when you point it sideways. And it reduces your range, because these are really meant to be... These are meant to be hit-and-run glass cannons. Yeah, again, with the nuclear launch codes. It happens to the best of us, really. So I'm guessing what you're talking about is this thing, when you say that there's a hull mod that makes it good. No turrets. Curious. You say that you're a frigate that's very defensive, but you have no turrets. Curious. Okay, that's some... That is some numbers. We're doing numbers here. Wow. Okay. I don't even... 300 fixed dissipation is pretty good. Only 50 ordnance points, though. We don't want to go too crazy. Alright, I could mount these. 800 range. Dangerous. Yeah, I doubt... Unless I go with some really efficient weapons, this gotta be a missile. And it's a close-range frigate. I think a Typhoon's good here. Wait, there's the double railgun, Iron Shell. Semi-automatic... What do you mean that there's... Wait, there's different firing modes for this? How does that work? It's a little lost on me. Sotnik Interface Machine Gun. Anti-shield suppression, range 900. 900 is pretty good. Especially since it's a slower frigate. That actually might be a really good idea. It's 12, which is a bit expensive. And there's nothing to match it, so I mean, I guess I can mount a Heavy Mauler, which is a bit longer in range, so that's kind of awkward. Especially when it's got a thumper anyways. If anything, probably this, but then... Hey, where'd all my ordnance points go? That's crazy. They disappeared. Wow. Why does it say empty? I mean, it's clearly not empty. There's a thing in it. That's a bit... probably a bug. Can I build this in? Oh, you can. There's not even an SMOD penalty. Alright. Well, let's give it a go. Vic also has a version of the Heavy Mauler with 900 that... Yeah, that's probably meant to pair with its other weapons, isn't it? Okay. I don't think I saw it, though, and I don't want to go around to all of their planets looking for a specific weapon. For now, I'll just give it the Heavy Mauler. And this thing really does need more ordnance points, so I'll do that. Yeah, we'll go with it. It's a mod ship. It's fun, exciting new toy. We want it to do its job right. Shield conversion. Oh boy. And stabilized shields. There we go. And since it does, in fact, have so many... Like, for a frigate, it spend a lot of ordnance points on weapons. Let's grab that. Yeah, 50 is pretty good. I'm almost tempted to make this elite, but I think I'll pass. Alright. So, it's got a decent ability to traverse the map thanks to the convoy engines, but when it actually gets in combat, it's going to be a lot slower. With thumpers, well, let's see what you can do. Ah, this is one of those... They've done that thing where they put the weapons inside the hull. Which is really cool, but I understand why they don't do it in vanilla. It makes it harder to read, like, what's going on. Surprising well handling streaming. Not first time? I mean, it is my first time, but you have to understand, a lot of the videos that I put out, it's basically the same thing. Where I just sit here and I talk and then don't really edit it at all. I just upload that. So most of the issue has been most of the difficulty is like technical issues, because the setup for streaming is very different. There's a lot more fiddly little settings you gotta get right. Yeah, running the game and streaming at the same time. Well, that's always the challenge. Because you definitely perform worse when you have to... I mean, this thing is doing pretty good. It's not taking any significant damage, and it's applying a constant pressure. I like it. Usually the challenge. So, that's kind of the challenge of talking to chat while playing. At the very least, the talking part I've got down. You do play worse while talking, but I've got it down enough where I can constantly find things to say without losing too much focus on the game. Chat makes it a little more difficult because I do have to turn my head to look at a different monitor and then read it. It's a little more difficult, but I'm managing. Yes, I do have a capital already. I found one of these, and I picked it up when I really shouldn't have. Because it burned through a lot of supplies and fuel. At a stage in the game where really shouldn't be going any bigger than cruisers at this stage, but, well, I've got it now, and I'm not going to give it up. Okay. Gonna need a few more supplies before I head out. Let's grab that. In fact, I might want some more crew. I'm barely above my minimum crew count, and I do have Talon fighters, so those are going to eat through crew. Oh look, I picked up Storm Needlers at some point. Very nice. We'll see if I can find a use for them. Okay, actually, do I have any particular missions? Well, that's pretty far, and it's only 30k. I think I'll pass. Not doing that. I do want to do that. But now we're starting to have an issue with our fuel range. Do you guys have any fuel ships? No. Unfortunate. Well, wait, hold on. No. Yes, they do. Now, normally people don't really mess with the fighting. You could go usually just buy a bunch of drams and then skip to a Prometheus at the end game, but I think in this case, I'd rather save my time. Let's get some unstable injectors so you can run faster and call it a day. Actually, how much fuel would I lose if I got rid of this? It's like 300. Probably don't need both of you. But I'll hold on to it for now. It's not costing me that much to run. Okay. And now I can buy more fuel. Okay, and now how far can I get? I can get pretty far. That's what I needed. Yes, this chat is full of Star Sector geeks. That's what we're all here for. Well, I could try to buy more Diablo avionics ships. Actually, I've spent most of my credits, so I've got to go make some credits. I've got to go produce them from thin air. Well. Looks like the game thinks that 150k is about where I'm at. And they're probably right. This is too cheap. I'm going to ignore that. I think I'm going to take you. No, there's 1 day remaining. Never mind. I want to take you, and then from there I can hop over to the research station. 153 is pretty good. Let's see. You are in Giant Primary Star. Barren World. Yellow, red giant, orange giant. So there's 2 possible giants here. System unexplored. This one is explored. Let me look at it on the map. Well, there's definitely barren worlds here. So there's a good chance it's this one. But we'll check this one first since it's on the way. I think the hivers aren't like living... Like there's like the bugs are They're essentially the crew for these ships. I think that the ships themselves are mechanical. Although, the idea that they have extra chromosomes... That's a little funny. No, I actually haven't picked up the Omega Stash. Something I could have done a lot earlier. Just haven't really decided to do it yet. In fact, now that you mentioned, well... Nah, I'll do it when I get back. I don't need to roll the dice and try and pick up a Cryoblaster right now. Yeah, there's an Omega Stash in the top right of the Ziggurat system. You can just avoid the Ziggurat, go to the top right of the map. There's a little stash that gives you a few small Omega weapons and one medium. If you happen to roll a Cryoblaster, count yourself lucky, because that thing is going to be insanely broken for the entire game. But especially in the early to mid-game. No, if I go to Alpha Side, I can just avoid the Ziggurat. It'll be fine. Unless one of my mods has added stuff there. That's possible. Knights does something really troll. Well, that would be it, huh? You know, I understand that you're smiling to try and be friendly, but when your name is Obamium, it carries a very different aura. Well, that's a big number. One new trade offer. I receive the sound of complete confusion at one's Spingus actions. You receive the funny number. I accept. But I'm not sure what confusion sound you're looking for. 42069 is very, very based, though. Gracias. Alright, for only 10? Sure, I'll do that. Supply cache. Well, there's an A and there's a $sign. Does that mean it's Australian dollars? I'm actually not clear. True, I'm not making fun of Obamium. I'm saying that he is very intimidating. Aussie dollary doos. Well, I'm not sure how to react to a large donation like that. I mean, it's... The first donation on my first live stream is a big number. What do you want me to do? Like, oh my god, I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna piss myself. No, probably not. I mean, he hasn't typed anything else in chat either. Like, he can send normal messages, and yeah, it's a lot. One cooler guy is bankrolling this channel now. Ah, yes, storms. My favorite part of the day. You underestimate the lurking. That's true. I do underestimate the lurking. Partly because... Might be a little weird saying this since I'm the one streaming. But a lot of the time I don't understand the appeal of streams. Especially larger ones where the chat is just scrolling by at an infinite speed. It's like the whole point is that you can interact, right? That's like when everyone talks about why they watch streams and not videos, so you can interact with the streamer. Which, for a smaller stream, yeah, that makes sense. But, oh, I did forget the bounty. Well, I can get it on the way back. Research stations are they're way cooler and more important. Gas giant, easy. Yeah, large streams are just long videos, really. But the thing is about videos is you can skip through the boring parts. Yeah. But yeah, the VOD's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be part of the playlist for this, well, playthrough. Because I'm continuing off where the save file was. Hey, look at that. What did I say? Research station's more important. Are you implying there are boring parts in your videos? Oh, that's a dangerous question. Are you implying that there's boring parts? Yeah, large Discord servers are kind of the same. Yeah, because I have enjoyed streams where it's like 10 viewers and you can talk to the streamer and other people in chat. And at least, even though there's like over 100 people right now, last time someone told me what the number is, I can't see it. What if Alex just drops 0.98 tomorrow? I'd have some very mixed feelings about it, because I would love to have different save files. It's 180. Oh, it's gotten bigger. Very nice. I would love to have multiple save files, where one I just play on the older patch to continue the save file, and another one where I experiment with the new stuff on a different save file. The problem is, I would have to have like different versions of the game on at the same time, and that would be really inconvenient. Alright, let's go do this bounty that I didn't do. I'm going to start with the orange one, then we'll check. Right, I did check the red one, didn't I? Yeah. I see what happened now. Do you play RTS? I have played a little bit. I've not played, what is it? StarCraft, that's the one. That's the big one. When I was younger, when I was a young lad, like 12, I played a lot of Command & Conquer 3. That's a really good game. In fact, it's still a really good game. But am I good at RTS? No. After all, the silence has so much activity on this channel. It's the power-up that I get during winter. Yeah, I've got like a stat bonus. It's like a hull mod for your body. Yeah, Red Alert is really wacky. They definitely embrace the wackiness the longer it goes on. Alright, let's do this. Personally, I'm pretty partial to Command & Conquer 3. I think the visual effects are gorgeous. You know, the faction personality is great. The Brotherhood of Nod is very memorable. The actor for Kane is fantastic as always. Oh, you know what? The mule can escort that. That's genius. Yeah, I'm starting to think a lot of my favorite games are either turn-based or they have some kind of pause function. Like FTL and Star Sector both have a pause function. Don't want you dying just yet, so let's back off a little bit. You're annoying. Please die. I think the enemy also... Yeah, it looks like the enemy also has an arc emitter. That's nice. Okay, you can stop escorting. That's fine. How are you holding up? I have no idea. You figure it out. Actually, why don't you send a fighter strike? That seems like it would be a good idea. And this thing, I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, you're going over there. Okay. Tempest class? Well, that answers my question. You're not doing well. Alright, the egg is moving in. I repeat, the egg is moving in. I guess it doesn't need to worry about point defense as much when it's got EMP flares, so just having a couple Vulcans is probably fine. Oh boy. You think you're so clever getting behind me, don't you? You fool, I anticipated your move 700 years ago. Get with the times. I have resistant flux conduits. I do not fear you. Great, another. One good phase deserves another, and I forgot to drop my shields in time. We will be fine. We will be fine. Just spin. Spread out the armor damage. There we go. I'm actually going to vent here. Oh, wow. The fighters actually managed to kill the Kobold, huh? The thing that's supposed to be really tough. I like that. That's great. 3 stars, huh? Well, this fleet composition certainly could beg to differ. And I am being swarmed by fighters. Although, that's pretty good. Come on. Yes. Okay. And the Omen... Please come back and help me. I'm scared. Yeah, it's not really themed right now. I think the endgame fleet, I'm going to pick a theme. But for most of the game, I'm going to pick up whatever looks interesting, experiment around a bit, figure out which faction I want to, like, really specialize into. Actually, the VOD might look a little weird, because I know a lot of streamers put chat on screen, and that probably looks better in a VOD, like after the fact, whereas this doesn't... Oh, I mean, YouTube does put that beside it, so it's probably not that bad. Oh, great. The Legion died again. Shocker. And you should be fine against that. Somehow the egg didn't die, but the Legion did. Oh boy. Does anyone remember if I saved before this battle? Because I sure don't. Damn, these things are annoying. And they've got pulse lasers, so they can actually do hull damage. And the Omen's not even saving me here. Yeah, well, there I go. Without that, I'm not sure we can take on that cruiser-looking thing. You escort that. The egg is getting its attention. Because without the, like... It looks like it's relatively... Oh, God, yeah. No, this is not gonna go well. Oh, yeah, you're done. Okay. So don't mess with... Don't mess with the Hivers if you can't take the heat. Well, there goes Felonius Bolus. You're so sad to see him go. Yeah, that is a lot of fighter spam, and some of them are clearly broken. Like, fighters don't get good weapons for a reason. Pulse lasers that can fire... Not only pulse lasers, but they have the flux stats to just fire them constantly. Yeah, they seem fragile, although I do think they also repair hull, so you have to finish them off. Now, this isn't supposed to be an Omen run. Yeah, let's retreat. Yep, we sure did. There we go. Disengage, leave. You're trying to get a promotion. Everybody just died, and you're trying to get a promotion. You should be ashamed of yourself. How long ago did I save? I don't think it says. No, wait, month 10, day 5. So like 4 months ago. but this time is not an Omen run. And then I go and lose all of my ships except the Omens. Classic move. It doesn't get any more Omen than this. I think we're going to be fine. I've got an Alpha Core. I can drop this off at Tritac and make a bunch of money. The Legion was only holding us down. And besides, we all know who's at fault here, really. Yeah. He sacrificed everyone else so he could escape. This bastard. I told you he was going to be trouble. And I was right. The ups and downs and the winding river of fate. And yet our destiny is sealed. We will defeat the threat. It's only a matter of what cost we are willing to pay. But hey, look, my movement's really big. I can go anywhere for basically free. I thank you, Hivers, for freeing me of the burden of having a lot of ships. I don't see any missions, unfortunately. Yeah, definitely not killing that. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. And that's why these bounties exist, just in case this happens. But I've made plenty of progress. I do have level 6. I've got a lot of officers, so whatever ships I do find, I can crew them up nicely. But man, that little kobold I was expecting a little more of. Faction mods you got. I would say it's in the description, but I actually didn't add... I didn't add that to the description. I'll have to add that afterwards, because it's going in the playlist with the other episodes of this run. And they all have it in the description, so I can easily do that afterwards. Yeah, Spindle's got some interesting stuff. They've got something that's like an antimatter blaster, but trades some damage for EMP. It's alright. Oh, you know what? That's right. The Vic do have like a hull mod that's like a lightning field kind of thing. I forgot about that. Safe scumming is just not something you can really stop. If people want to, they're going to. The best way to really... If you want people to play through straight without safe scumming, the best thing to do for that is to make it a roguelike, where that's just kind of the expectation. And you can't safe scum. Like, safe scumming's not really a thing. You just... You do the run, you die, you try again. If it's something like this, where there's a lot more time investment to actually build up your fleet and all of that, no way. Yeah, description's empty right now, I know. Yeah, I mean, you can turn on Iron Man mode, but there's nothing stopping you from going into the files and just creating backup copies of your save, if you really want to. I guess you can lock achievements behind Iron Man mode, too, but well, the game doesn't really have achievements. It's mostly just something you have to be willing to do. I'm pretty sure Spindle also paid nicely for AI cores, but I don't think they pay quite as nicely as Tritachyon. I really should just visit Tritachyon. And that's part of the problem of why Omens are so available. It's because when you want to make some cash and buy some ships, you go to Tritachyon to drop off your cores, and oh look, an Omen, it's really good. I guess I should grab a couple. And yeah, there's nothing stopping you from going and comping and G-money, true. That's true as well. But most people don't turn on Iron Man in the first place because they just don't want to take that risk. Like, if it takes a few hours to get your run anywhere, and you could lose it in one battle, for most people that's just not fun. In this case, I've got the time, and I've got the commitment. And even though I'm not on Iron Man, I'm not going to save scum. Unless it's funny. If it's funny, then I will save scum. But if it's for practical purposes, absolutely not. Yeah, soothing music, just what I needed. After a stressful day fighting the bugs. I mean, you guys don't know what sacrifices I've made to keep this planet safe. The Yanis device, true. I don't think I saw any gates, or if I did, I completely ignored them. Yeah, I didn't see any gates when I was out there. But I should go and look for them as much as possible. Maybe drop into systems as I pass by just to see if there is a gate. Yeah, I can't hire more anyways. That's fine. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Let's start with the Alpha Core. Of course, we've got anime characters looking very anime and very character, as always. Yeah, it's 2/3 the cash for twice the reputation, but not worth it. And if I remember correctly, did I not just see... No, those are my omens. Okay. I was like, did I see them on the market? No. And somehow Eradicator P finds itself everywhere, even here. Crazy. They've even got an Odyssey. It's a very battered, but it is an Odyssey. 17k. And that's going to get eaten up by my officers real fast. Tritachyon ho! Off we go. We're off to see Tritachyon. The people who have cash. Yeah, I guess if you're really late game, you could assemble a backup fleet. Yeah, it's Iron Legion. I don't think that they have any problem with me, so we should be fine. Ooh. To be so young and limber, maneuvering through the clouds so easily, without all that dead weight. Yeah, autosave is coming in the next patch. Yeah, 0 to hero to 0 to hero to 0 to hero to 0 to hero. That's what we're looking at right here. Oh, you know what? I should have just stopped at the sun. Hold. Dang. It's a bit annoying because the pathing never takes you past... Yeah, I've already scanned that. The pathing always takes you to the jump point, but the reality is this thing is so small you can drop straight on it and you're fine. Oh, I don't need to sell drugs on the black market. No. That's what the Alpha Core is for. Sure, it could manage a colony, but I'm not going to have a colony for a while. And if I need more, I can farm them from the remnants when I've got an actual fleet. So, let's give some technology to people who need it. What do you think? I think that's a pretty good deal. And we can drop that off. Don't need that. Yeah, you can buy that. Thank you. Thanks for doing business. Oh, I actually don't need that many supplies with my current ships. Yeah, we're going to try and avoid this. Let's... avoid doing the obvious. I'm going to go visit the Persian League. We're going to grab some Centurions. Those things are pretty good. Supercomputer Industry. I don't think I have the mod that has that. Cibola. No. I'm not going to go there. We're going to go to Westerness. Westernese? Westernus. 6, 5, and 4. None of them are military, but I don't think they have any military worlds left. And I don't think... Well, maybe these guys might sell Centurions. Look, Alpha cores are a renewable resource. You can just farm remnants for them. Yeah, so lesson learned, just because the bounty would be a reasonable price if it's a human, does not mean it's a reasonable price if it's a hiver. Yeah, part of the problem with the hivers is I said I was not going to do omens, but with the fighter spam they've got going on, they are a pretty good answer. Alright, let's see if any of these are useful to me. Well, this one's really close. I don't have 240 crew, but I can get that very quickly. Orbital habitat. Sure. Withdrawn. Fine. Have it your way. Yeah. Yeah, the Omen is just sitting across the table from me like, you couldn't live with your failure, and where did that bring you? Right back to me. Okay, what do you guys got? Monitor with a bunch of demods. Gross. No thanks. What do you got over here? I mean, they've got ion cannons and antimatter blasters. That's cool. Lots of... Man, these missile ships, these Vulcans, have just completely taken over some factions. They're just... all they're selling. Yeah, I mean, now's a good time to drop by the Omega stash, isn't it? Yeah, sure, it would be nice if the Person League would have anything to sell. But Kazaron did fall, and that's their main ship faction building. So, that's a bit of an issue, isn't it? I could buy back an Eradicator. Actually, how many... Did I lose all my guns on my ships? I think I did. Yeah. That's a shame. I'm not going to buy you. Don't think I want a Vanguard. Brawlers or... No. Sunder could be fine if I just stick to some exploration contracts and I fight a lot of the derelicts. This could be very good against those. Yeah, the Omega stash, I think I'm going to go get it when I can, which I certainly can't right now. It is carded by a couple Alpha Core destroyers. It's a little bit much for me to handle right now. All right, Sudeen, what have you got for me? Well, it could be a bug. That would be on theme for the bugs. But it's also possible that they're just weighted, they're underweighted because they're meant to be overpowered. That being said, it's a bit weird that they would do that for bounties as well. So that's probably not intentional. Okay. Enough with the Eradicators. You're the Persean League. Don't you have falcons? Eagles? Hello? What's wrong with you guys? Have a little pride in your technology. Wait a minute. Yeah, Kazaron was taken, but the Persean League still has all these worlds out here. Although, it doesn't look like they have any military worlds, so... yeah, I guess I'll give up on them. I'll just go do this. I'll go make more cash. I'm just going to stockpile a ton of money. Oh wait, no, hold on. Before I do that, I do need more crew. So I'll probably buy some kind of logistics ship here. Heavy destroyer. Is this any good? 13. A Manticore would actually be pretty good if I have the weapons for it. And I lost all my railguns, didn't I? Speaking of, if I see any, I really should pick them up. I guess I can grab that. Like, I can grab all of that when I visit the Hegemony anyways. But yes, I do need more crew to do this. 240. And I'm at my limit right now. Do I have to pick this up again? Is this really where we're going? Eradicator round 2. Because I don't see anything else that I would want, and I really need that crew capacity right about now. Yeah, I guess I'm picking it up again. Here we go. And crew under strength. Easy fix. Do I not have enough supplies? What's going on there? What do you mean I can't repair? Full repairs? Yeah, I don't have enough supplies. Really? 74 to repair this? Really? That's a lot. Tad bit expensive, wouldn't you say? You sure you're not ripping me off, are you? You know, it's bad luck to rip off a spacer who's down on his luck. Ah, I see. I haven't visited Alpha Schrodinger yet. It both does and does not contain planets. You won't know until you go there. Is S-Flow... I don't think afflictors need safety overrides. I think most of their budget gets eaten up by expensive weapons and flex capacity. And then they have enough dissipation anyways. And if they didn't, then they just jump into Faith space. Okay, what exactly am I... Yeah, here. Okay. That's what I'm looking for. Domain Arrow Survey Ship. Perfect. And I got a Gamma Core. Alright. Things are starting to look better. I didn't outfit the ship at all, but I'm not really going to be using it for now. I'll worry about that when I visit the Hegemony and I can actually buy some weapons. Is this the... Don't tell me the data is for this. The data is for this. Cool. Watch it be across the sector. Yeah. You know, now I'm kind of regretting not fitting in some weapons. But it is what it is. Okay, what about this? Nope, it's unguarded. Perfect. Fit it out at the pirate base. Which pirate base? Oh, right, the pirate base in the system, right? Yeah, okay. I don't know exactly where it is, and I suspect I might spend more time searching for it. Well, unless it's just right there. There's no way it's right next to the planet that I'm supposed to scan. Surely. Oh, yep. You guys might just lose to 2 Omens. You know that, right? I still don't really want to fight you. Like, I've had my fill of combat for now. Well, that did not work. Alright, fat-fingered the wrong button there and it actually worked. That's kind of funny. It's fine, it's bonus XP, it's fine, it's bonus XP, it's fine. Oh god, okay. Well, I gave away my position to somebody who is jumping in at the speed of light. This is not ideal. Okay, now things have gotten a lot worse. No, I'm not doing... No, there's no way I'm fighting this. Zero chance. Okay, I've got to get out of this system. Yeah, goodbye, green points. I'm using up all of my plot armor. It's just the cost of doing business. Alright, let's go dark instead of not doing that. Really, there's a fleet right there. That's great. And somebody did scan me, so I'm going to go back out of the jump point. CR gone. Hopes gone. His optimism gone. What happens if I jump straight on top of it? This surely can't be a bad idea. Oh, somebody is tracking me, of course. But they're not moving towards me, so I don't know why that's an issue. They're standing down. It's a non-issue. Well, now they're not standing down. Okay. I'm starting to think I'm starting to think this mission might be outside of our scope. Yeah, I really should go buy more ships. That's what I should be doing. I'll be spending this cash. Oh, you're following me, huh? You're following me. Alright. I'm gonna make you regret that. Enough is enough. Yeah, that was a lot of story points. we're looking a bit rough. Okay. So what we want is you can go this way and kill this guy. You get the back line. This one will distract them. If you can avoid that, that would be great. Okay, kill the Cerberus, then you can kill the Shepherd. And then you can team up on this thing. Can you not... Oh, is it really too fast? Damn. I mean, trikes are pretty fast, so that's not entirely unreasonable, but... Ooh. You are making this a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. It's a good thing I set that avoid order. I need you to be very aggressive right now. And then you to go this way. Yeah, I know it's got a chain gun. No, put your shields up. You are... Oh boy. Making me sweat right now. Yeah, I think I can do a low-tech playthrough next time. But then again, it depends on what kind of mods I end up adding. That was a pretty good shot. And we want you to lead them back over to your friend. And then you can take this out. Excellent. Because the two of you can take on the Shrike. Taking a little work to get there. I'm a little nervous about this. Come on now. Alright. Yeah, the thing is, story points, while they are a renewable resource, they do take a while. Alright, two of them can take on a Shrike for sure. Okay, yeah, of course. Now be more passive when both of you are outnumbering the enemy, of course. And you're at zero flux. Just get in there. You know, like at the same time. You'll be fine. I set this whole situation up just for you guys. He's venting. Go. Literally nothing. Awesome. Why are you being so passive? Get in there. Close the distance. You are much faster. Yeah, story points are renewable, but they definitely take a long time once you get to higher levels. Yeah. There we go. Okay. And this is what you get for chasing me out into hyperspace. It wasn't enough to eat up all my story points and make me avoid the mission. You thought you could get me. But in the end, it was Jover for you. I'm not recovering your crappy ships. Get out of here. Hey, I got a story point back. It's almost like... No, it doesn't recover at all. Let's head to Corvus. Right back where everything normally begins. I do have 360k in my pocket, so we can definitely recover from this. Do bonus from story point stack plus 100. I think you're talking about the bonus XP. Well, it lasts longer the more of them you use, but it doesn't like stack in terms of making them faster and faster and faster for leveling up. No, it's not Jover. Not yet. Listen up, Spacer. We're just getting started. I mean, it's been 2 years in game. This is not where I want to be in 2 years normally. But I've been very cocky this playthrough. Yeah, I think I'll pass on another Eradicator. Not really what I'm looking for right now. Unless you guys have hammers, but I don't know. Light Needlers, not... I would prefer Railguns, but Light Needlers can work. Was there a Centurion that I... Yes, there is. Something got sat-bombed. I think. There's definitely a Hiver. Yeah. Saturation Bombardment successful on Cibola. They are wiping out the Persian League. They are not giving them a chance. I mean, it's fine. Yeah, I do have 2 level 5 officers. Should put you guys at the top. Spingus and Robert Smith. The true heroes of the fleet. Probably better for a Centurion. Yeah. Put you up front. We've got Joger. Yep. And we've got Penny Skenis. Thin ice, buddy. Thin ice. Do I have an ion cannon? It's really the ideal setup. Would be an ion cannon. You can do that. Do you have swarmers? I guess that'll do. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. All fine. Hardened shields. Flux distributor. Yes. Perhaps even a bit of capacity. Excellent. Surely nothing will go wrong. Yeah, okay, I'm surprised the military base doesn't have any railguns, but it's probably in the military market I can't access. If I was to hazard a guess. Alright. I think I'm going to cut it off here. I've got a lot of cash in the bank. And before next time, I've got plenty of time to think about how to spend it. So, I don't really know how to end videos in the first place, but ending streams, I don't know how to do that either. Thank you for watching, and I guess I'll see you next time. Yeah, I'm going to stream more. That went pretty well. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Just gotta make sure it saves first. Yes, the modded experience. Goodbye, everyone. Here, on your way out, have a complimentary lobster. Courtesy of the Sindrian Fuel Company. Lopper. Yeah, I'm gonna figure out a schedule. Don't know what it's gonna be yet. I might have to do them at like a weird time to keep the room cooler. But, you know, once I got the settings figured out, this did run pretty well. We'll see. Alright, I think that's good. See you all next time.